Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? And welcome to the Just Chatting Gaming News and Trailers for Thanksgiving week here in 2022. Because of Thanksgiving and the Game Awards coming up, it's been a pretty slow week. But let's go ahead and jump right into story number one. Pokémon Scarlet and Violet has sold over 10 million copies within 3 days of release. And for those who don't know, that is very impressive sales that normally doesn't happen. And here recently, God of War just came out. God of War is half of that number. Now, of course, this story came out and it has sparked all kinds of talk. And for those who don't know, this game is a technical piece of garbage. A lot of people are saying that from like a gameplay perspective, this new Pokemon game is fantastic, but it just runs absolutely terrible. There's crashing issues, there are bugs, low frame rate. It is just a technical mess. And so the fact that you can have a game basically so bad technically sell 10 million copies in 3 days, it's just, I've seen a lot of people talking about this and a lot of developers talking about it. And another part of this, obviously, is the game, because it's on the Switch, looks very old. I mean, it's a game visually that could have come out, 15 years ago or so. But people are saying, like, why spend a ton of money for something like God of War, which is a technical masterpiece and it's got voice acting and incredible story, and the list goes on and on and on, when you could be making a game like this, which costs a lot less to make, and is selling that kind of, 10 million, over 10 million, right? And it's just, the other side of it is a lot of people have been just baffled by, like, do Pokemon fans not care? Do Nintendo fans not care? It seems like if this type of issue were to happen to another game, actually Gotham Knights is a perfect example. It's like that game got ripped to shreds, and the sales suffered. But for Nintendo and Pokemon, they can just do whatever they want, and people will literally just buy it. So it's just like, man, you got to be careful with this kind of stuff. You really do, because devs will start putting out crappier products and just hope that their stuff will sell, especially if it's a mainline franchise. So, yeah, just a lot of really interesting, like, thoughts and theories and conversation about this over the past several days. So, it'd be interesting to see what comes of this. Nintendo and the developers behind the Pokemon games in general don't exactly have a track record for fixing their stuff post-launch like many other games do. So, yeah, pretty crazy. The next story is very, very interesting. And so this is definitely the complete opposite of what we just talked about. So there's a high-profile game coming out here in, I think it's next week, called the Callisto Protocol. So the director of creative engineering and general manager at Striking Distance Game on Callisto Protocol put out a tweet, and he said that Callisto Protocol feats something truly special for characters. We worked 3 years to cross the limits of hardware, art, and technology. This is the result of the team's dedication and passion. Basically, what they are trying to do is make the Callisto Protocol one of the best-looking games of all time. So in addition to that statement, he released these photos. So on the right, you have the real photo, and on the left, as I'm partially covering it up, is the Unreal render of the actor in-game. That's very impressive. And I'm sure a lot of you recognize that actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, Transformers as an example. And then here's another image that he released. Again, real photo versus the Unreal render of the the character, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty crazy from a technical standpoint. So again, you have Nintendo and Pokemon who are like, yeah, we're just gonna do whatever. We're gonna release this janky game and it's gonna sell 1 billion copies. And then you have other studios which are trying to push the limits of gaming. So both ends of the scale. But no, very, very cool on just how realistic we are getting in today's graphics. Absolutely fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and kill the music and switch over to trailer mode. We have the launch gameplay trailer for a game coming out here in just a couple of days, and that is World of Warcraft Dragonflight. Let's take a look. Whoa.
Something has happened, Khadgar. Something terrible. Who is she? What is she?
She is Razagath, youngest of the primal incarnates.
The release of Razagath heralds great danger for this world.
If we are to be protectors once more, the aspects of our dragonflights must be made anew.
Then it seems the mortal race
Is that Khadgar?
must answer the call and face the storms ahead.
Charge!
Redoing all the skill trees.
Go to them. Along the way, you may discover a new destiny of your own.
Dun dun dun. Very cool. All right. Another game that's coming out here, I believe, next week is Warhammer 40k Darktide. So we have the What is Darktide overview trailer. Let's take a look.
Darktide is a first-person co-op shooter set in the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40,000. Invaded by the traitorous soldiers of the Mobian Sixth, the sprawling hive city of Tertium stands on the brink of destruction. The only thing standing between these chaos-worshipping heretics and victory is the mysterious Inquisitor Grendel and his war band of conscripted convicts. You are one such reject, freed to serve the Emperor's light in this darkest of hours. You can expect no help, no reinforcements. You are Tertium's last line of defense.
This game is on Game Pass, by the way.
Your first task is to select your class. You've 4 to choose from. The choice you make will determine your playstyle. Veterans are seasoned soldiers of the Astra Militarum, the famed Imperial Guard, and focus primarily on ranged weapons like lasguns to secure the kill. Fueled by holy wrath, zealots prefer to charge headlong into the fray. They are holy warriors who stop at nothing to purge heresy in the Emperor's name. Psychers draw on the unfathomable powers of the warp. But like all great powers, theirs comes with a price. Use their abilities too often, and they may meet an untimely end. What the muscle-bound and simple-minded Ogryns lack in tactical understanding, they more than make up for with prodigious strength and
See,
fortitude.
I don't think I'd play this class, but the first
Once
3
you've
seem
made your
alright.
choice, it's time to bring your reject to life by choosing their appearance, personality, and backstory.
Yeah, pretty good
Body
character
type,
creator.
facial features, hairstyles, and tattoos are all customizable. Every character type also has 3 unique voice profiles, each with an extensive range of lines that will showcase your reject's personality as you play.
Does this place not fill your heart with holy fervor?
Your reject's contribution to the battle for Tertium begins at the mission terminal. Here, you'll choose from an endless stream of missions, some more urgent and perilous than others, each playing a key role in Tertium's survival. Missions require strike teams of 4 operatives. If you're not in a strike team, you'll automatically be matched with others from Grendel's warband when you embark on a mission. A mission's difficulty can vary, so choose wisely from the available options. Dead heroes serve no one.
Ah.
Every mission has a primary objective, which can be anything from retrieving vital supplies to assassinating an arch-heretic. Inquisitor Grendel's trusted servants will update your strike team's progress and goals as you fight your way through the map, offering guidance, new objectives, and occasional praise as the situation merits.
Good work.
Succeed or fail, the end of round will summarize your performance and tally any rewards.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the reviews on this. All of the early access people are saying this game is
In
great.
Tertium, players will need to master both melee and ranged combat, switching seamlessly between the two as the need arises. Every encounter pits you against a variety of enemies, each with their own fighting style. It'll be up to you to determine how best to vanquish them using the weapons at your disposal. When engaging hand-to-hand, you'll use blocking and shoving to keep your enemies off balance. Then finish them off with brutal close combat weapons, such as the foe-shredding chainsword or the punishing thunderhammer.
Thunderhammer.
Fighting at range requires that you take full advantage of available cover as you return fire with lasguns, grenades, and psychic bolts. As the enemy closes, you'll employ strafing and dodging, staying one step ahead of the hordes to make sure you're not overwhelmed. No reject can survive alone. Teamwork is everything in Darktide. Work with your strike team or die alone. Your innate toughness, your determination to press on through the pain, recharges when you're near your strike team. If that's not enough to encourage you to stay close to your friends, wandering off risks being punished by foes looking to immobilize or capture stray rejects, such as the slavering Chaos Hound or the Mobian Trapper. Once you fall prey to such enemies, only your teammates can save you.
You'd not leave me there.
Gaining Inquisitor Grendel's favor is no easy task, but a necessary one if you're to survive. Serve diligently, and you will learn new secrets, earn greater responsibilities, and perhaps even become a trusted member of the warband. As you progress through the game and level up your character, you'll choose feats to further customize your unique playstyle. You'll also earn the trust of the warband's tech priest and access to her shrine of the Omnissiah, where you will customize your weapons using materials collected during your missions. You can upgrade the weapon's rarity or refine its blessings
this looks
and
really
perks
cool
to create the perfect tool for vanquishing heretics. A reject lives or dies by their war gear. Better it's the best it can be. The battle for Tertium is only just beginning. In the coming weeks and months, Darktide's story will expand with seasonal content, bringing new objectives, new maps, new dangers, and new challenges to keep you.
Yeah, they did a lot of DLC for the first game.
On your toes.
Or, I mean, just not necessarily DLC, but
the
improvements and
Emperor
patches.
calls you. Grendel offers you purpose. It's time for the rejects to rise.
November 30th. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, this week into next week, there's a bunch of games coming out. Speaking of a certain company that just releases the same thing over and over again. Let's watch this new trailer for Mario Kart 8.
The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC. Start your engines for 8 courses in Wave 3. Maple Treeway.
I remember that course. That course was bad.
Rainbow Road.
Yeah, all the Rainbow Roads are like driving on ice 100% of the time. I haven't played a Mario Kart in like a long time, but
Boo Lake. Berlin Byways. Rock Mountain. Peach Gardens. London Loop. And Merry Mountain. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. 8 courses at a time will release over 6 waves as paid DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game. That's 48 courses, zooming in by the end of 2023. Wave 3 launches December 7th on the Nintendo Switch system.
make a new Mario Kart, you cowards. That's what I say. All right, we have a new hero coming to Overwatch, and this is the gameplay trailer. So let's take a look.
I do not fight for myself. I never have. Together, we are unstoppable.
So what class is this guy?
This is not my victory. It is ours.
Is he a support?
You are finished. Come, let us punish them. You were warned. Fight with me! Fight until you fall! I will break before I yield.
Or maybe he's a tank. I can't really tell.
They will be annihilated. This is not cruelty. This is justice.
It's like draining your souls. Yeah, I mean, if we go back and we like go through this just a little bit. So, okay, there he popped up a shield, which a lot of characters have an ability similar to that. Which tells me it's support. Now, he's got the staff out, and is he like draining? So the staff is like shooting a projectile on the ground there. But I don't see her taking any damage though. Then he does like a punch, knocks her down. Or I guess she's dead at that point. So there's another shield going up. But he keeps doing this thing where he's like sticking the staff out. So there he fired like a ball from the staff. So here we have like some kind of vortex deal. Again, there he's sticking the staff out. The vortex thing is going in the background. Now that's some kind of block. So you're mitigating damage. So again, he's doing this thing where he's punching and it's shooting an energy ball from his fist. We see that a bunch, like right there again. There, he's blocking Farah's ult. Again, shot her with the punch, shot him with the punch, shot him with the punch. Then he pulls the staff out again. Shield. And yeah, again, he did a move with the staff, but I can't quite tell what the staff is actually doing. Again, blocking. I wonder if he's a tank. So he can block and he can produce shields. This must be the ultimate ability. So it's like auto-locking on to... You can see right here. So we have a Farah on the left side. We have, what, an Anna, a Reinhardt, a Soldier 76, and a Mercy. And you have a purple attachment to all of them except for the Reinhardt, because the Reinhardt's blocking it. So it looks like it's an auto lock-on, and it's just draining their health. I think that's what's happening here. Because then she's dead. And then Soldier's dead. Again, he's doing the punch thing, and he knocks down the shield and kills the Reinhardt. There's the vortex thing again. I wonder if the vortex just immobilizes you. And I wonder if that's what this is here with the Mercy on the ground. So maybe she's still alive. So yeah, maybe it pulls everything down and it makes you sit in place. Because she's like alive, but she can't move. But it also looks like she can't do any abilities. So maybe it just freezes you. Yeah. I'll have to check it out when the character gets released. All right, next up, chat, we have a brand new trailer for the next Fire Emblem. So here we go.
Now, it's time to engage.
Emblem, engage!
I'm actually pretty excited for this game.
In the Fire Emblem Engage game, you command a uniquely skilled cast of characters called units and lead them to victory.
I won't falter.
New to this installment of the turn-based tactical RPG series, battles can be enhanced through the use of rings that hold the power of emblems, heroes from Asia's past.
It's time! Remember this.
When equipped with emblem rings, your units will sync with the emblems.
So I'll mention here real quick, and I know I've mentioned this before, but the previous mainline Fire Emblem game was my game of the year that it came out. That one was Fire Emblem Three Houses. And one of the really cool things about that game is it's a turn-based tactical strategy game like what you're seeing here. But there were something like, and I'm just making up a number here because I don't remember, but something like 20 different classes in the game. And in that particular game, you were a teacher who was coming into a school. So it was kind of like Game of Thrones meets Harry Potter. But you were a teacher going into a school, and you had a bunch of students, right? And you literally could train every single student in your house from scratch. So you could literally say, all right, you are a mage, you are a horse lancer, you are a healer, you are a tank, and you could just completely customize out your entire party, which was so cool. So I'm hoping that this game does something different, but just takes it to the next level.
Increasing their power and giving the units access to special skills.
Actually, here it says Dragon Child. Wonder if that's a class? Dragon Child Dragon? Because, yeah, they're like level 4. And I think the B here means potentially what their level is with that class.
As you can see, there's a significant difference when confronting the same foe.
I am guided by the emblems.
You can even take your battles a step further by engaging emblems and fusing them with your units. While engaged, you'll be able to use special weapons and engage skills that grant your units special abilities. You'll also be able to unleash powerful engage attacks to decimate your foes. The emblems that dwell within each ring have their own unique abilities.
If you require strength and swiftness, I am all too happy to oblige.
Here we have Sigurd, emblem of the Holy War. He has excellent mobility, and his Gallop Engage skill vastly increases the unit's movement. The unit can traverse over much more terrain while engaged. On top of that, Override allows you to run through a line of foes, dealing damage along the way.
I feel the same, Saline. I will fight by your side from now on.
This is Celica, emblem of Echoes. Her Echo skill allows you to
It just sucks that this is a Switch exclusive.
Split up your magic attacks and inflict damage on 2 targets. This is especially useful for finishing off foes who have been nearly routed. She also boasts Warp Ragnarok, which allows you to move to a location that would otherwise be out of range and attack from there.
My apologies.
Shall we go over just a few of the other emblems at your disposal?
I'll help ensure the path you decide to walk is the right one.
Here's Corrin, emblem of Fates.
So just to pause here for a second, I'm going to hide my camera. So down in the lower left, you see Griffin Knight flying. So again, that was like one of the classes from the last one. So it definitely looks like there's a lot of classes. In one of the previous screens, the character was like a cleric or something. So yeah, you must get to customize, which is great.
Corrin's Dragon Vein skill can be used to alter the terrain to remove hazards, such as fire, or add healing effects to give your army the upper hand. Torrential Roar will damage enemies directly in front of you and add the water effect to the terrain.
Use my power to guide everyone.
This is Byleth, emblem of the Academy. Byleth grants the Instruct skill, which can be used to boost the stats of nearby allies so they can ace the battle.
Okay.
The Goddess Dance skill will not only boost your adjacent ally stats, but it will also allow them to act again.
There was a Bow Knight.
Ready to turn this battle around?
Finally, we have Lyn, emblem of Blazing. She specializes in fierce attacks that prevent your foes from counterattacking. On top of that, her Astra Storm
Wing Tamer was a
can
class?
be used to unleash 5
Whatever that
consecutive
is.
attacks on a foe from a great distance. Engage status only lasts for 3 turns.
Again, yeah,
but as
Dragon
you
Child
progress in
must be a
battle,
class.
The engage meter will refill. Once replenished, you'll be able to engage again. Be sure to keep an eye on your meter and strategize around its progress. Beyond the emblems themselves, Fire Emblem Engage introduces many new faces and personalities to the fold. They are all capable of equipping emblem rings.
So that was a monk, that was
resulting
a
in
mage.
wide range of potential combinations
Mage
of
mystical.
units and emblems.
Celica, yes. May I call on you? Let's get brawling! You and me, let's do this!
Be sure to experiment with different combinations to best utilize your emblems and their abilities. You would do well to remember
there was a
that the tide of
dancer
battle
class.
depends on your strategy.
There was a Wolf Knight class.
I'll help you. That's not all. Farewell to you. The time has come.
Now, as one.
Fire Emblem Engage. Available January 20th, only on Nintendo Switch.
Sweet.
Digital pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, that game looks great. Hopefully it's as good as the last one. All right, final two trailers are both for Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is a game that I am going to be streaming the heck out of starting Friday. So this first one is a special message from the team. Let's take a look.
Marvel Midnight Suns team, we are so excited to be so close to December 2nd and being able to put Marvel's Midnight Suns in your hands so you can finally play the game that the team has been working on for so long.
This has been a heck of a journey on this product, yes. And like Jake said, we are incredibly excited for you guys to play something unlike anything we have developed before.
I think my favorite part of the development process was being able to work with a talented team of writers and be able to write dialogues about imposter syndrome or mental health issues like dealing with childhood trauma. Oh, and of course, being present in the Venom VO sessions because the read to Paul is amazing.
I think we ended up with something like 65,000 lines of voice dialogue, over 2 hours of cinematics, and gosh, more branching choices than you could imagine.
The tactical team really approached combat visuals with a yes we can kind of attitude. Can Nico grow wings and rip open the sky for a giant aerial attack? Can we have Doctor Strange conjure a giant serpent to shroud his allies?
I am really excited to see what kind of crazy builds and hero combinations and ability combinations players come up with that just absolutely break the game and go beyond any of our wildest expectations for what is possible within combat.
The animation rigging on Ghost Rider's chains. When they brought that task to me, they said, oh, don't worry about the chains. They might be too complicated. We're thinking about cutting them. And for those of you who don't know, this is how you motivate a game developer to put in extra effort. So, of course, I replied something along the lines of, you can have these chains back when you pry them from my cold, dead hands.
I really want you guys to meet the character Nico, because while making the game, I had a daughter named
Nico.
That's right. So, I hope the world gets to love the Marvel Nico as much as we've gotten to love Hello Nico.
Working with the creative team to bring to life iconic Marvel locations that we all know and love from the comic, but also making sure they were still tactically engaging and fun to play.
Getting to rig like so many beloved characters like the Hulk and Wolverine and Captain Marvel, and just getting to work on all these characters that everyone loves and that I grew up loving so much. It's been like a dream come true.
Tactical layer, super awesome. The animations, spectacular. Feels super punchy when you play it.
Watching these abilities really come together really made all the individual characters stand out. And seeing them play out together is truly amazing.
Enjoy. It's going to take up a lot of time. It's hard to get away from.
So on behalf of the team, on behalf of the folks at 2K and our incredible partners at Marvel Games, we cannot wait for this to be in your hands.
It is kind of surreal that we're actually...
All right, final trailer of the day, and honestly, I'm not even sure why they did this trailer, but they decided they wanted to do a combat overview trailer. So let's take a look. We've already seen so much combat. multi-KO. December 2nd. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That will go ahead and do it for this episode of Gaming News and Trailers. For those who are watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.